Then we pump those profits back into the profit cycle to generate even more profits. And I know what you're going to say. Profits? Yes, Stan. You're soaking in them.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's your boy ExtrmWill, Extreme Tech. We're going to get into what my 30 machines are making on salad. First, I want to get into a little bit about talking about xeggex and Warthog and kind of the whole mess. The whole thing just looks like. I think I've kind of like lost faith in it altogether. It just looks like they're mishandling everything. So I really want to do the jellyfish. They're calling it merge mining. It's not really merge mining. When you mine Warthog on the jellyfish pool, they'll also pay you out and you can get bonus jellyfish coin, which is cool. I really, really want to be doing this. Like, I'm actually genuinely excited about the idea of doing this. And, like, Warthog is probably the only coin out there right now I think I'd actually want to mine. But with xeggex getting hacked, you still can't make deposits or withdrawals. Now, I'm fine with not being able to withdraw it. That's fine. I don't have any problem with not being able to withdraw it. But not being able to deposit to xeggex is kind of creating an issue. Because on this right here, it says my Warthog balance is 26.5. But on here, it says I mined 84. So I'm missing like 50. I think I had probably like half a Warthog or maybe a whole Warthog or two in there before I started this. But I can't even check to see how much of it was deposited in there and how much of it I'm still missing. Maybe I'm missing like 48. Yeah, it's just... If the accounting isn't right from 2 weeks ago, how am I supposed to want to do this going forward? Because like, I'd like to get on here and be mining in here just so I can get the extra like jellyfish coin. I want to be mining on Brandon Coin's pool because I think that's really cool. I really like what they're doing. I think this is awesome. I like everything they're doing. It's awesome. I'm a jellyfish. I've been a jellyfish for like 5 years. I'm not as old school jellyfish as some of you guys might be, but like, I'm a jellyfish. I'm part of the jellyfish crew. Like, I've been following Brandon pretty seriously for like 5 years, you know, watching pretty much every video and trying to see what he's doing that I can do and work it into to all my stuff and all that and like into my strategies. And so like, I want to be doing this. This is probably the coin I want to be doing it for, but I think with the hack, it looks like too, do I have the price in here too? Did I bring the price over? If I have the price listed down here, it's not saying the price listed down here. Let's bring the price over here too. So if we look at this too, is this current? I believe I refreshed this too, right? The price, this is just the last 24 hours. The price on it is tanking out. But like, you can't even, like, nobody has access to any of the Warthogs, so I don't even know how the price is managing to tank if a large portion of the market share of it is still like stuck on xeggex. But as soon as xeggex unfreezes it, I gotta imagine this price is gonna tank out even more. It's just kind of a mess, and it's frustrating. Cause like, I really like what everything that Warthog was doing. I like the jellyfish was set up the pool to give you extra jellyfish coin while mining the Warthog. Cause I liked it. I liked it all. You know, xeggex is okay. They're not anything special. All they needed to do was just be okay. But with them getting hacked and the vulnerability, I think Warthog might be done. Which is like really sad to say, because in my mind, all of my, you know, any system I had that went down, I tried replacing it with the system that I think would do, you know, trying to convert my stuff over slowly, very slowly, to be better suited for doing Warthog. You know, I've tried to only buy AMD chips and AMD motherboards then, you know, and feel frustrated. It feels kind of like really like a gut punch, because like even on the last video I was really excited to go and start switching some over so I could start getting some of that extra jellyfish coin, and then I went and I checked my xeggex wallet I'm trying to really just show just my Warthog. I'm trying not to show anything else I have in my xeggex wallet. But, you know, it's still not even all in there. I couldn't even deposit to my Warthog wallet, even if I wanted to. I don't know. I'm not necessarily 100% out of the Warthog game, but I'm just feeling very discouraged about it because I probably need to just make a new wallet and start mining to it. But I think the price on it is just going to completely collapse, and I think the project is going to... really good chance the project is probably going to wind up being like over. There's different talks about do they need to make a fork now from this, and I don't know, man. They're going to have a hard time turning this all back around. It just kind of like stinks, just like the circumstances around it, because it's not that Warthog really did anything wrong, you know. Somebody did something to hack. I don't even think the CEO of xeggex did anything wrong. I think somebody did something dirty-handed to like duplicate his phone or whatever, and then hack into it. Like I've seen videos where like other tech guys. There was a video probably like 6 months ago where one of the guys I watched, he does more science stuff than he does like tech stuff. Like, I can't think of what his YouTube name is, like Vertex or something like that. And he used a hacking group and he hacked into Linus's cell phone. And he like started messaging Linus telling him that like he like hacked his phone or whatever. And like the video was really fascinating to see how really anyone can do it, but I mean you kind of need to do some dirty illegal stuff. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but you know, like everyone's cybersecurity is more vulnerable than they think it is, no matter what levels you put your stuff at. So it's just kind of it all just seems really unfortunate. It's frustrating. I'd like to see this go so much better. Oh, the price on this is tanking out, and still like no one even can mass sell, which is what's going to happen when everyone can finally get a hold of everything on xeggex. Everyone is just going to probably sell off everything they have in xeggex when they can. Which stinks, because then it's going to like tank all of those like altcoins, which, you know, I'd like to be holding on to in hopes that they actually become worth something. But I don't know. That's my complaint and gripe about all that. So let's get into something way more positive. Let's talk about salad. I did get a message from one of the admins on the Salad Discord about how I should apply for a salad affiliate program thing. I'm going to look into that and see if there's any real benefits. I don't know if I necessarily want to. If there's an actual benefit to it, I think I will. But I don't want to be like feeling like I have to say nice things about salad for the sake of saying nice things. If I want to say salad is trash, I'd like to say salad is trash. It's, you know, right now I'm at $35 for the last 24 hours, so it's $5 above trash for me right now. Not very much, not a very big margin, but if we look at the last 7 days, this is, you know, basically $35 yesterday, so $30.42 the day before that, so that day was about 40 cents above trash. Day before that, $30.41. So that's, again, about, you know, what was that, 60, actually, yeah, 40 cents above trash. Day before that, $32.74. So on my 30 rigs, just even if I'm just going to say I'm going to average $1 a rig right now, $32.74. So we're $2.74 above trash. And then day before that, $32.57, so we're, you know, $2.50 above trash. And day before that, we are 56 cents into the trash. So, yeah, it is what it is. Most of the lack of the earnings right now seem to be like a lack of 30-90 jobs. Last 30 days, does it matter? It's just kind of been junk. I think right here, I want to say that's where I lost internet, maybe. And then the rest of this is just it being Trash. Everything below. Oh man, this line is $30. Oh wow, this last month has been horrifically bad. Oh wow. So I have 9 days above trash. Now some of these days though too, I guess I probably have 3 or 4 of these days. I'm running a lot, I think, in Warthog on the jellyfish coin. But I didn't really take that much of a loss. I thought when I switched everything back over to salad, if I was making $20 in salad on 10 rigs, for sure I had to be making more than $20 in salad on 30 rigs when I had 20 more rigs in. So it's just kind of been a little bit disappointing. My earnings for the last 30 days are down to 860. My electric for the last 30 days should still be like 300. It might actually be a little more than 300 probably from doing so much Warthog. I'm hoping I didn't spike it up to like $400 because I only did the Warthog for like 4 days. So I can't imagine I actually used that much electricity, but I know it was using... Warthog is probably taking about twice as much electricity as my salad looked like it was. I think when I went out and I looked at the stuff that is metered in the garage, it looked like it was about double with doing the Warthog. So we'll see when that electric bill comes in, but definitely this is down a far cry. I think it is. At one point it was up to like $1,300 for my last 30 days. So it is definitely down quite a bit. I don't remember the last time it was actually this low. It was hovering around 900 there for a while, but we are down well below 900 for the last 30 days. So a little disappointing, but still my assumption on that will still be like a $300 electric bill. So everything should be paid off. So if we do 860 minus 300, so I still made about 560, before fees and stuff and all that. So not terrible, but not as good as I'd like. Like not as much as I'd like to really be putting all this work into it. If we come to the next one here, let's refresh this just to make sure we're seeing a current one. So the 5090 did just come up over the 4090. I was thinking about this too. I feel fairly confident we're going to see a big surge in 3090 jobs again, just because there aren't 5090s really on the network. I think I was trying to do some math. There might only be like 1,000 5090s out there in the wild, like that consumers were able to really get. Now, unless you start going and getting like server stuff and you're able to get them that way or other. But from looking at like how many NVIDIA sold, it looked like they only sold about 1,000 when they released them. So, I mean, my numbers could be off. It didn't look like they really sold that many. And then out of the very small amount they sold, how many of them are actually on salad? So I imagine with just customers not even being able to really spin up jobs with 5090s, I imagine pretty soon here we're going to see a resurgence in 3090. And this 3090 looks like it's up to moderate. I imagine it's going to make a comeback here, and it's going to do all right. Hopefully it does. I don't know for sure. I don't have any inside stuff. I don't know for sure if like a customer said, okay, we'll just buy a bunch of 3090s because that's the only thing that's like available. But I imagine there's going to be a bunch of customers who are just going to say, like, we'll just get the 3090s because they're cheap and they're there. They're ready to go on the network. We don't have to wait to spin the job up. You know, we can just get them now and get it running now. So I imagine we'll see a big resurgence in the 3090s just because the 50 series cards look like there's almost none of them available. I know a couple of you guys in the comments have said you got them and, nice. But like right now, my thought is I don't even want to even bother trying to get any of them. If we look at like the 50 series. So the 5080 is the other card that just came out. And it's technically the lowest demand card on here right now is the 5080. I thought the 5090 and the 5080 were automatically going to be the two highest demand when they came out. And it doesn't look like anybody really wants the 5080 either, which makes me really not excited for the 5070 Ti or the 5070 at all. I don't imagine when they come out, if people can even get them, that they're going to move from the bottom 2 spots. I don't think the 50 series right now, from the little bit that we've seen, it doesn't look like it's really going to take that much demand. I think you may be better off with 30 series and the 40 series cards than you might right now with the 50. So I started checking out Facebook Marketplace a little bit, trying to look at prices on stuff. Yeah, 4090s look like they're going for $500 more than they actually cost to try to buy them used. So buying 4090s looks like it's kind of pointless. Buying 5090s, you know, they look like they're going for way over the actual like cost. You know, getting 3060s right now, 3060 12 gigabyte cards, I think you can get them real cheap. But I don't know. I'd probably recommend right now, probably don't buy anything. Just don't buy anything. Wait till something looks like it's actually going to be good. If you really need to make another rig because like you're sitting on a bunch of money, you know, I'd probably just buy a 3060 12 gigabyte card cheap. That might be just the best way to do it, you know. Unless you can find like a 40 series card real cheap, but like that may just sit too, because like the 4070 right here is the number 5 card right now in demand. I'm pretty sure my 4070 isn't working. Let's see, where's my 4070? Is this 4070? Yeah. Ooh, it's in a job. Oh wow, when did that happen? On 5.5 cents. Nice. So never mind. I was gonna try and take a look and see if in the last several days it had anything in the PowerShell, but if it's actually in a job right now, then that's crazy. But I did see like on the Facebook Marketplace, I think somebody had like a 4070 Super, pretty cheap. That I was thinking like, that looks kind of appealing. But I'm sure it'll be sold by the time I get around to it. But yeah, I'd probably don't build out or expand right now. It looks like a bad time to do anything. I don't know though. Like you still want to get equipment together, so I don't know. I have no recommendations really for expanding. Maybe the 3060 12 gigabyte card if you can get it like really cheap. Definitely, I would not pay $200 for that card right now. It's not going to ROI. It's not going to be worth it. So, but yeah, coming down here, not a whole lot in low demand right now. The 4080, 3070, 2080. 5080. I probably wouldn't even run the 2080 or 2080 Super for salad, even if I had one. I'd imagine that's got to draw way too much electricity. But I mean, if that's what you got, that's what you got. I mean, I'm not really running my 3070s because I really want to run 3070s on salad. I'm running 3070s because that's what I had in the Octominer, and I'm like, let me just keep pulling them out. And I figured I would have replaced them by now, but like the 3070 can go back and forth. Sometimes it's a really good card on this, and sometimes it's a really dumb card on this. So for right now, we'll still just let it keep sitting there, and we'll just let him keep sitting. So yeah, as I said already, 5080 not doing very well on here. Looking pretty sad. Definitely kind of sad because the 5080 is the one I probably would have bought if we didn't do a ton of vacationing right now. The one I would have been looking to buy to expand going forward, but right now it looks like no. I feel like I'm hearing really dumb things about the 5070 Ti right now. Like it's supposed to be a good card, but like some of the stuff is saying like you're not going to get one for less than $1,000 right now, like at MSRP. Like I'm not buying a 5070 Ti for $1,000. That's just dumb. The card's not like that good, so. You know, at like $700, the 5070 Ti might be pretty good, but not at $1,000. So, and it looks like it's not going to do anything on this project, anyways, on Salad. So for the AI stuff, so we'll see how all this goes going forward. That's kind of my thoughts on all that. If we get into all my machines, I got 30 machines, so we're going to go in order: 4090s to the 3090s, 40 series cards going down, and then 30 series cards going up. But we'll start with all of the 90 series. So we are on Intel Xeon 20-core processor, 128 gigabytes of RAM. RTX 4090 is doing 25.9 cents per hour, which should be, I moved my page. $6.21 per day. So that's pretty standard what I expect to be making on a 4090. Let's go to the next one. That minimize. Hopefully this is in job then. Oh, it's downloading job. So this is 20 cores, 128 gigabytes of RAM, RTX 4090. It's in the process of downloading. I'm imagining this is going to do 25.9 cents per hour. It should be $6.21 per hour. Most likely what it's picking up. It's a pretty standard job for these. So let's go to the next one here. Intel Xeon 20 core, 128 gigabytes of RAM, RTX 4090 is doing 25.9 cents per hour, which is $6.21 per day. So it does look right now like all three of my 4090s are working. So that should boost it up, because that one wasn't in the reporting numbers right now, so it'll be in the reporting numbers later. So my earnings should get better. I do have 128 gigabytes of RAM in all these. I don't know if I really have to have it or not. I just figured I would try to set everything up like that. I do want to buy a whole bunch more RAM probably. That will be once I feel like I have all of my bills paid for and taken care of, and I'm ready to do my next upgrading. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to be upgrading my RAM on all my machines. Now if I do Warthog, it's not really going to matter. I'm not going to need the RAM for Warthog at all, but just as far as salad goes, I'd like to get all of my X99 motherboard and all these Xeon chips. I'd like to get these all to 128 gigabytes of RAM on all of them. And then I'd like to get all of my PCs to 64. I think I have one of them that I can't. So I think I can only do 32. But that one I may have to look at, and maybe I have to buy special RAM for that one. I think when I tried putting 64 gigabytes in there, it was too fast. Its speed was too fast. So it wouldn't work on that motherboard. So I may have to take a look at that and see. But I'd like to try to start upgrading my RAM more. Because a couple of these X99 motherboards, some of these have the regular DDR4 for a PC, and some of these are the special server RAM, the ECC REG RAM. It's much cheaper. So I'd like to do some of that. This one I believe does need the normal PC RAM. AMD Threadripper 1950X, 16 cores, 64 gigabytes of RAM, RTX 3090. I'd love to put this one over on Warthog, but I don't believe in Warthog right now, so that's not going to happen. So let's see, all three of those are running. The 3090s, these next four 3090s are literally all the exact same thing. They're all Intel 12 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090. The first one's a little different. These are all the Zotac ones. So that one's not running. This one's got a nice job. $22.64. That looks like that is $5.42 for the day. So that's nice. That one's not working. And that one is downloading job. So right now it looks like 2 of the 5 3090s are working. So it is going up in the demand, and it looks like it's going better because that. Oh no, I already closed up the one with the nice job. The one with the nice job is definitely nice. The moderate tends to be about 50% of them are running on here when we look at this moderate. So right now, if I did have like a whole bunch of 5090s, I'd probably be kind of irritated because this moderate means they're only running like 50% of the time. So, you know, all 3 of my 4090s right now at moderate are still all running. So maybe the 5090s have a better chance of running like that. I know somebody had posted in here. Do I have the comments up here from the previous video? Let's go to the previous video. Let's see, who was that who posted it? It was NK98, he said he just bought a 5090, put it on sale 2 days ago, hasn't gotten a job yet, wants to know how long it takes. I wouldn't imagine it'd take very long. I'm kind of surprised with the 5090 on here. When you put it on, you didn't pick up a job immediately. I'm surprised it didn't pick up a job within 5 minutes. There's a slight chance you might have to wait to get a star chef, so you might have to have the 40 hours in a week chopping. But, you know, I'm kind of shocked. I'd imagine your 2 days was probably maybe like 24 hours, and it just hadn't picked the job up. But I'd imagine it'll pick that job up any minute now, and it'll probably be like an $8 a day job. So, all right, let's get back into the machines. Intel Xeon, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 Ti. This one's looking for work. Boo. Next one, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 Ti. This one's doing like 5.5 cents per hour, which should be $1.30 per day, right? 5.5 cents. Yeah, about $1.30 per day. Let's go to the next one. We already looked at this one a minute ago. So this is 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 4070. It's doing 5.5 cents per day. Next one, Intel 12 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 4060 Ti. This one's not doing anything. Same thing. This one's not doing anything. And same thing. This one's doing 5.5 cents. This one's doing $1.30. So one of my 4060 Ti's, one of the three are working. Alright, so let's open the... Alright. Let's open the 3060s and the 3060 Ti's. So this first one, this is 12 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060. So this is a bcpc.com combo kit. Looks like I just threw a RTX 3060 in here, a power supply, and a 1 terabyte hard drive, NVMe. And this is doing 5.5 cents, so this is doing $1.30. So I mean, at $200, you could buy 46, 3060s, making more than most of my 4060 Ti's are at, $450, $500 a piece, so not too bad. Let's see, next 3060, i7, 8 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060. Alright, this is in the process of downloading a new job. In here, it looks like it just finished a 0.43 cents per hour, which is 10 cents per day. And if it gets that, it'll run for like an hour or 2 hours. It's just doing like a cheaper transcription thing. I let them run. I don't think there's a real problem with it. Just let them run, have it finish the job. It'll boost your behind the scenes score and then make it easier for you to pick up more work. So I don't think there's any problem really with running them. They don't run real long. I'm not actually going to make 10 cents for the whole day. I'm just going to make a fraction of a penny for like an hour or two, and then hopefully it'll pick up a real job. Improve the odds of getting a better job. So let's look at the next one. AMD Ryzen 7 5700X, 8 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060. This one is in the process of downloading a job. It should be like 5.5 cents for $1.30 per day. Hopefully it's doing that and not just another like 10-cent job. 10-cent jobs are dumb. Let's take a look at the next one. i5, 6 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060. This one's still looking for work, so wish that one was doing a 10-cent job. Be better than just looking. So this next one, i7, 8 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3060 Ti. This one is doing 4.3 cents per hour, so I believe that's $1 per day. One of these newer jobs, not making much of anything. Yeah, it should be about $1 per day. Let's go to this next one here. RTX 3060 Ti. See, yeah, this one says it can only do 32 gigabytes max. I think that's because of the motherboard. But if I were to buy lower speed RAM, I could probably put 64 in here. But then I'm not necessarily getting just like what I can get like the cheapest. So I don't know if I want to like pay $50 more to buy special RAM for this to have it run low. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Anyways, i5, 6 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3060 Ti. This one's currently calculating. Because I could just like sell this one too, maybe. That could be something I could do. I talk about selling. I never do though. It goes against my hoarding. So we'll see. AMD Ryzen 5 3600 6 cores 64 gigabytes RTX 3060 Ti is doing 4.31 cents per hour, so that's about $1 per day. Alright, let's look at the 3070s, which are probably all not doing anything, and the 3070 Ti's and the 3080s. I think the 3070 Ti's and 3080s might be running. 3070s here, I'm going to try to go through them just real fast. I don't even care what they're running on. Alright, that one's at 5.5 cents. The next one is at downloading a job, so hopefully that's also doing 5.5 cents, be $1.30 per day. This next one's at 5.5 cents. That's $1.30 per day. This next one, looking for compatible work, so we can try to restart that. I don't know why this one appears to be having problems download and work. So I tried to update the WSL file on this one, and that's not what the problem is. Oh, I think this is the old motherboard from the machine that was upstairs. I think this motherboard might be broken. This one mine's Warthog really good though. So like I wouldn't mind putting it on that if I had faith and believed in Warthog. Because they will do that just fine. Not too good with the salad. Let's see. And the last 3070 is... I got one working. So... I think I have 4 of my 5 3070s are working. I thought the 3070 was in low priority. And the 3070 right now is in low priority. But because it picked these jobs up a while ago... Working. Downloading. Working. Downloading. Working. So like with this, one thing to think about too, another way I just kind of started thinking about this. This is how likely it is to pick up a new job. Not how likely it is to be running a job still from like 2 weeks ago. So, you know, if you can hit moderate enough to pick stuff up, if you have like a wide variety of machines, you know, you just need to like pick a job up. Hopefully you get like a big one that'll last like 2 weeks. And it doesn't have to stay in moderate or high if it's running the job. So like right now, because right now the 3070s are in low, and I'm pretty sure I've been running 3 of those 3070 jobs since this was back in moderate from, you know, like a week ago. So they can still do decently. Hopefully I explained that well. Did I explain that well? It doesn't really matter as much what the demand is, if I'm trying to get to this correctly. You just need the demand to be in moderate and pick up half of them each day, and then have them get a job and run the job. And then when it's in low, if it's already in a job, it doesn't matter because it's already working. It's not looking. So I think I only have the 2 3070s right now that are looking for a job, and one of them looks like it did pick a job up. So I only have the one that's not working because it doesn't seem to be working correctly. So alright, let's look at this machine. This machine is giving me kind of fits too. I don't know what is going on with this. It's not liking the Chrome Remote Desktop. I don't know if that's because this one's hooked up to an actual monitor, whereas all of the rest of them have a dummy plug in the back. But with this one being hooked up to the monitor, this one is a pain in the butt sometimes. It'll like freeze and not work, because like right now, like it's not... That should be spinning. So, I don't know. I don't know why it's not working right. But I don't think it's in a job. But that one works weird. Something to do with it being hooked up to the monitor and not having the dummy plug. I don't know. So let's go to the next one. AMD Ryzen 5 3600X 6 cores 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070 Ti. This one's only 5.5 cents. This one's only $1.30. So one of my 3070 Ti's is running out of the two. One is running. So 3080s. Intel Xeon 12 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3080. This is doing 5.5 cents. So that's doing about $1.30 per day. And the last one, Intel i3 4 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3080. This is also doing 5.5 cents per day. Nice. So that's doing $1.30 per day. So not looking too bad. If we come back to here, I don't think it's registering that other 4090 yet. Did it pick the job up? Let's take a look and see. I believe it was 4090 number 2 that was in the process of downloading. Did you download a job? I actually ran a job. Yeah, it's not reporting yet. So, because it just started. On there, it tells you what your average was for the last 5 minutes. So for the last 5 minutes, it's still averaging 0. So even though it's active in a job, because it hasn't been in the job for more than 5 minutes, I don't know how much it's actually making in it yet. I'm going to assume it's like 262 per day. So, but we'll have to wait a little bit longer to see. And that's it, and that's it. So that's pretty much my thought with everything. Are there any comments in here from the last video also I wanted to get into? User RX4IP. I want to like salad, but it just seems like so much time and effort put in for so little profit. Yeah, I mean, it definitely depends on like what your electric rate is. I calculate mine at 15 cents, which I think is the most I can be charged for my electric. Like my first 1,000 kilowatts, I think I get charged less. I probably get charged like 13 for, and then everything over 1,000 is at 15. So I just assume all my crypto, I calculate it all out at the larger amount. I assume my house just takes all the cheaper electricity. So, but yeah, I mean, depending on what your electric rate is, it can definitely be pretty brutal. I mean, if you were just trying to run just 3090s right now, and they're not getting any work, I'm pretty sure at idle it's still taking, a significant amount more electricity than like my 8 gigabyte cards are taking. So like the 8 gigabyte card's not running, I just kind of feel like, yeah, whatever. Like they're not really taking that much electricity. It's like, it's not going to make or break the bank, but. Darny 848. I just pulled a 4070 and 4070 Ti Super. I just put 4070 Ti Super. I know how to read. I'm good with words. And a couple of rigs, according to the demand, they should be getting jobs. Nope, only the 4090 is doing excellent. Yeah, 4090s are definitely crushing it. My 4070 never gets work. I don't have a 4070 Ti Super. I have two regular 4070s. They seem to do alright, but I mean, for the most part, I guess they really just do like $1.30 jobs now most of the time. Every once in a while, they'll do a little more, but I have them, so I'm going to run them. But yeah, it's definitely a far cry from a while back when all the 40 series cards were like guaranteed to be doing like $4 to $5 a day. Now, nope. DJ Cloudus. WSL got updated auto with the last update for his rigs. That's nice he did that. Yeah, if you're having problems too, you may want to update your WSL files. I've tried to make a video for it. I've literally tried to make a video for it like 4 or 5 times where I've started to record it, download it, go in, and then that machine didn't need the WSL file updated. It just gave me an error for some other reason, so... But I've had a couple where I was able to successfully update my WSL file. I was going to go through all of them and just make sure they were all updated, but I keep forgetting. But his are 3090s and no jobs. They ironically had 4 of them, 4 or 5 USD jobs for 24 hours. Then back to maybe with one $5, but... jobs are high paying, weird. Darn you again, 4090s are going for 2,800 to 3,500. I did not realize that. I went to go look last night, so I'm like, surely the price on them has gone down if the 5090s are out. And for some reason now the 4090s are worth like $1,000 more than they were before the 5090 came out. I do not understand this. I wonder if I could sell my 4090s for $3,500 a piece right now. That might be worth doing. That's like, if I could sell my 3090s for double what I paid for them right now. I don't know if I would be objected to that. If someone wants to give me $3,500 a piece for my 4090s, I think I could sell them for that. His 5090 is still dead, but he has an open ticket with salad on it. He sold his 3090s and bought a 4090. That's getting more consistently. Yeah, I was like looking at 3090s too. Like 3090s look like they're still going for like $1,000 a piece too. Like I don't know who's paying $1,000 for a 3090, but oh. It's probably really easy to say, and I'm probably just completely butchering it. 3231. Man, think we're all down bad at the moment. Sale profits aren't great, and Warthog's been getting destroyed ever since xeggex went down. Yeah, I got this bad gut feeling that like xeggex and Warthog are both like done and just like not gonna be able to come back and rebound. Like I don't like it, but I feel like that's probably like they're probably done. Luckily he was mining the trade ogre, so that's much better. Might switch some stuff in specs. Mine Qui. I haven't looked at Qui at all yet. Like I'm looking into Chlor-AI since Salad's not working out. Chlor-AI looks like it's a lot like it looks like it's like I think Salad's the best option. And then I think Vast AI is the next best option. But like Vast AI looks like it's like twice as much work as Salad is, because you need to figure out, you have to price your rig out. So you need to be paying attention to how much everyone else is renting all of their rigs out for, so you can make sure you're renting your rig out at the right price. It just feels like it's way more hassle than I want to be doing right now. Like I think Chlor is much the same as Vast AI, except it's not quite as good. Let's see. And then Jesus Leadership Training. Thanks a lot for your videos. I only have one rig at the moment. I'm getting 15 cents per day. One day I had $1.25 for one day. Does that sound right to you? And he goes into specs. Yeah, that sounds right. The work kind of depends on what you get in the jobs. Everything doesn't run 100% of the time, so when you pick a job up, hopefully you get a big one, and you have like a reliability score, which determines like where you are in the queue in line. So, you know, the longer you keep your equipment out running, the better spec'd out it is and all that. The higher you get, the more jobs you complete, the higher your queue number is. So, you know, your reliability number is. So the further you'll get in line to keep doing work, and I think my response is something like that sounds about right. I mean, he's got a 4060. I don't know what rate the 4060's running, because I don't have a 4060, but I mean, if your 4060's running 60% of the time, I'd say that's probably pretty good. So, and then NK98, we already talked about his, and we are like 43 minutes. I did not want to go this long either. I wanted to do like a 20-minute video. But I guess I spent so long complaining about everything else. So, yeah, that's that. I'm just going to leave all 30 machines on Salad for now. I'm going to continue to do research to look to see if there's something else I want to do. I'd like to get back into Warthog, but I keep saying I want to get into Warthog, and then right now I don't know how I feel about it. I don't even feel like I want to get back into it. So, I don't know. Hopefully Warthog can come out and do some amazing stuff and be like, hey, this is going to be really good. We got all kinds of really good stuff coming. We need to get this all working back up and get it going back up to the moon and all that. And then, that'll work out good, but I just... Is black-pilled? Is that the term? I feel very black-pilled right now on Warthog and every single coin on the xeggex exchange. I feel very black-pilled about every single coin they have on their exchange. So yeah, like I might not be holding it or you might not be holding it, but somebody's probably holding it on there. And as soon as they're allowed to, they're probably going to go and sell everything off and tank it out. And I got to imagine xeggex is not going to survive this, and Warthog is not going to survive this, and every other altcoin that they had a decent, you know, anything that they were holding more than 5% of the coin in, I imagine that coin's probably done. But we'll see. Hopefully I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but I got a bad feeling about it. So that's kind of how I'm doing. So I'll see you guys in the next one. If you liked the video, like button, subscribe, come on back. I'll see you next time. Peace.